It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And our focus is on the Blues' sure-handed wide receiver. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Blues and the Elks, and it comes your way. Next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by a man who played his college ball in Happy Valley, their rookie quarterback from Penn State.
When I was watching film this week, I had to write a note to myself. 3 touchdown passes in an NFL game deserves respect, not ho-hum just because they throw it around all the time, and he got his respect. NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, it's the ultimate vote of confidence from a week ago. Hey, look, he was great, not his best game ever, but obviously was very good to garner that award. All the talk this week, though, was about let's take that forward now. Straight ahead, Steele. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. But you look at this defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
And they'll send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting on a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From the 46, here's the 2nd and 4. Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. They work now on 2nd and 9. Moon to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big third down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
And on now is the punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, let's see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
But you look at this defense.
There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
And you see the starting unit here, but really, you're going to see a lot of different personnel, a lot of different packages as they rotate in and out throughout the game.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Off the option, he'll try and run with it.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Fielded just inside the 20. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Blues offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point in the season.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Now Moon.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
To throw, Moon. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. He got 29 yards that time.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Play action. It's Moon. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make this a second down. Now Moon. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season.
And the Blues get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And it's good to make it 7-0. So this drive spans 7 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field.
They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
These are his numbers from last week's contest.
11 carries, 67 yards.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
He'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down. So they bring out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 30. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
London about set to take over on offense.
They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Moon. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Here's Moon. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I have to admit I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run. That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Now a play fake here on 1st down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
On the give, it's Steele.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on third down. They'll set up to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be fourth down. They bring their punter out there now, standing just outside his own goal line. He'll take it at the 42.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's London with the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, it's moved. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Back to throw. Moon. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
From the gun, here's Moon. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
A play fake, now Moon.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. London about set to take over on offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Moon. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick 6. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45.
Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 45 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Over the middle, complete. That's Chambers. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it?
This will be caught inside the 10. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Eligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
London about set to take over on offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3-and-out, and then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
16 more on that one and another 1st down.
Back to throw. Moon firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
Looking to throw. Moon. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
The sack sets him back a full 10 yards there on first and goal.
The first and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on second and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That catch good for 8, but still, it's third and goal now. Back to throw. Moon. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a third and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Here's second and 10.
Looking to throw. Moon. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
3rd and 3.
Back to throw.
Moon working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw again.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield, and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard.
Operating from the gun, Moon. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll begin up in the City of Roses, Portland, Oregon. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. 21-6, your final score. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
67 yards rushing for him now in the ball.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. 2nd and 4. Inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So on the other side of the field now, it's touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. As his guy
in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. 5 plays there on that drive. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll hand it to Steele. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
He finds his man complete. It's short. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Chambers. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Holding offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. A great play there. 26 yards.
And the Elks have got it back to within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. And he's out of bounds, but not before getting across the 50 to the 45.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
Throwing to start the drive. Moon.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
From the gun on third down, Moon. Running right through it. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up second down. Back to throw. Moon. Looking middle, and that's complete. They only get 5 out of that quick slant, but that's good enough for a first. Looking to throw. Moon. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
2nd and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw again.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And this one is right through. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now.
So 3 points, a response there to that opening touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
And it's a pretty good return here, so get this up to the 29. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
So no gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 6.
They're going to look to throw.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The 3rd down conversion successful, a gain of 11.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. On the ground is Steele. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Back live here now in Salt Lake City as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
The Blues offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Moon to throw. Flushed. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They'll begin on the ground with Steele.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
This is 2nd and 8. Steele once more.
There's the stiff arm. And bulldozing his way through. And he'll be out right at the 35. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. He'll look to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This is taken at about the 14. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter.
To throw, Moon. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Moon. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Now Moon. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. And on now is the punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
2nd and 1. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Chambers. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a 1st down. They'll run, steal, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
A 4th and very long coming up. You're out of field goal range. I don't know that you can go for this.
Well, I know that you want to, right? You know that they want to say, hey, let's go for this. We've got the perfect play drawn up. Let's do it. But I wouldn't go for it either. I agree with you totally. You're only down 1 score. Punt it. Let your defense pick you up.
London about set to take over on offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Here's Moon. That is caught. And he'll be out of bounds is across the 30-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Boom.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down 20-14, a minute 51 on the clock. He's back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Steele. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Back to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Steele. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. He finds his man, complete. That's Chambers.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
Back to throw. And he's got it. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused, because they still have some work to do?
Now the try here for the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it's capped off by the touchdown and the ever-critical extra point. So it is a 1-point lead here in the final minute of action. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
A little less less than 40 seconds remaining. Here comes 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Hard throw, incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
And they will get the conversion on 4th down to stay alive, but time, not an ally.
Out of the gun, it's moved. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And that's not going to help a whole lot. Maybe 4 yards on 1st down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
4th down now defensively. Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. This from 52, and this for the win. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory.
That was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles, and that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think Hope was wearing one jersey and Worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance was just a little bit too great for it to happen here.
So for the Londoners, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Salt Lake City, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.